Hello and welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouse 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard. So, we arrived and delivered our load to Aarhus at the end of the last video. So, let's go, let's go and repair and rest. And then we'll choose our next destination. We've got £76,000. So we're not far off being able to put the fifth truck in Warsaw, and then we will make for the next £80,000, which will expand Edinburgh. Okay, so that's our plan, right? Okay. Oh no, I didn't put it on. So let's get ourselves into the depot, which is just here. And let's see how much it's going to cost us. Alright, so let's service our little beastie. £70. I think that's possibly the lowest repair bill I've ever had. That's pretty good. Right, it's 4 in the afternoon in game. So let's get some shut-eye. Let's rest. Yeah. 7 PM. That does mean. Right, so our little rest has given us the opportunity to buy a truck. So, Volvo, Colding, buy online. You know the deal by now. We customise, we get rid of the big fat engine. Boom. We confirm that. And then we purchase. And we're going to put it in Warsaw, and that's the last of our Warsaw garages. That's the last truck in our Warsaw garage. Okay, and let's escape from that and go to the recruitment agency, hire someone. And you know the deal. I like them to be spread out. I want 3 or 4, but I prefer them to be spread out, more evenly spread. This is possibly not the way you're going to do it, I would imagine. So Will is looking like he's got eco and he's got an ADR. So he's looking like the winning candidate at the moment. I think that's, yeah. I think Will is our leading candidate, so we're going to hire Will and we can put him in Warsaw, behind the wheel of that wee beastie. Excellent. So let's go to our garages, and yes, so we've got Brussels needs upgrading, Edinburgh needs upgrading, and Amsterdam needs upgrading. So we're going to do Edinburgh first. So oops, sorry, I needed to be in there. And Edinburgh. So let's upgrade. Yes. Right, so we've got £3,000. So that's we're going to get the little flyover of Edinburgh as it upgrades to a 5-berth. That's our wee garage in Edinburgh. Super. Fantastic. Lovely. So I talked about the cities that were being added to ProMods. And so today we're going to talk a bit more about that, but first we're going to get ourselves a job on the job market because we need some cash. So we are in Aarhus. I'm saying it like a Scotsman there. Aarhus! We're going to Aarhus! Caen. Have we been to Caen? We've not been to Caen. We've been to Nantes. That's that there. We've been to Lyon. I've not been to Carlisle. But we've not been to Caen. Caen is a nice big fat payoff. It's through Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, and then into France. It's a nice chunky journey. That should be good. So let's go and get my screenshot of that bad boy. And then we shall be on our way. So, okay. Right. Engine on. Oh, we've already earned enough cash to cover our next... Oh, hello, drop frames. That is not cool. We've already earned enough to cover our next loan instalment, which is excellent. It's exactly what we want. Not to be worried about our loans. And we'll almost certainly earn enough money to cover the second one, because I would imagine this will be a 2-loan journey. Let's pick up our job and let's take it. Ooh, we're taking 2 lorries. Excellent. Trying to figure out what we're taking. I think we're taking 2 Volvos. Yep. We're taking 2 Volvos. So one Volvo is helping the other 2. And we're hitched up. Cool. Excellent. Right, we're on our way. So, as I was saying, I'm going to go through country by country what ProMods have said they're planning. So it'll be in alphabetical order, because that's how they've listed it in. It's alphabetical order by country. So let's try and get ourselves on the open road and out of the city. But I can do the first. The first one is Belgium. They've only got 1 planned city. I think there are only 2 in the game at the moment. Brussels is obviously the capital. The one they're planning is Antwerpen. Or Antwerpen. They're calling Antwerpen, which is probably how it's pronounced in Belgium, but in English it's called Antwerp. I thought they would go with Bruges, but I would imagine probably Bruges, although it's a beautiful and very historic city, it's actually quite small and there's not really a great deal there, and a large part of the city is rivers. So it might be a bit more difficult, or it might just be that it's too small for them to bother with. But Antwerpen is the city that they've chosen in Belgium as their one extra city. Which is cool. More Belgium. There's nothing wrong with more Belgium. Belgium has been a very important country in Europe. It did even have its own tiny little empire at one point. They had the Congo, Belgian Congo in Africa, amongst. That might have been its own bit of imperial adventure, but Belgium is not an insignificant country. Belgium is the home of the European Parliament. Right, next, Germany. They've done with Germany. They've added the 2 extra cities that they are planning to do, and they were Berg am Farnham and Flensburg. And they are 2 cities that they had to add in order to link Scandinavia to the SCS part of the map. So I would imagine that's probably all they're going to... That was the only reason they did any extra cities in Germany. That was just so they could connect Scandinavia to the rest of the map. Next, Denmark. They are all but complete with Denmark. See how many cities. They've all... Oh, crikey, actually, let's brighten the screen up a little so you can see what's going on. Actually, no, that's too bright. It's now looking milky. It is getting dark. Let's turn our lights. Ooh. We've got all our lights on. That's cool. That means every day we've been driving around with bright headlights on. So they've already added Aalborg, Aarhus, which we have just left. Frederikshavn. This is Denmark, by the way. Gedser. Herstals, which is a port. Copenhagen or Copenhagen. Kolding, Odense. We've got Rodbaven. So those are the ones they've already added. Those are all completed. They are planning a reconstruction of Copenhagen, I would imagine, so that they can add road links to link it to the 3 new cities that they're adding. And those are Herning, Holstebro and Viborg. Okay. Oops, that was nearly bad. I am driving like a maniac, and that's probably because I'm spending some of my time not actually looking at the screen. I've got a feeling this is going to be... I'm going to hit something at some point because I am looking at my iPad to get... to read off the cities. So that was Denmark. The new cities, Herning, Holstebro and Viborg or Viborg. Next, we have Estonia, and they're adding 4 cities to Estonia. Narva, Pärnu, Tartu, and the capital Tallinn. So that's exciting. Eastern Europe. Obviously, Eastern Europe's on hold while they do France, because obviously they need to do a lot to France in order to connect Spain and Portugal, which are huge countries that are the glaring obvious omission from the map. So that's the 4 cities in Estonia. After Estonia we have Spain. Now this is all planned, and nothing's happening at the moment because so much of France needs to be added before they can get to Spain that the guy doing Spain has stopped doing Spain and has moved on to Italy because Italy's already connected to the map. So the cities they're planning in Spain. I'm sorry, let me just get onto a straight part of the road so that I can read this off without running into barriers. So, as I said, Spain is not on the map yet. There's nothing of Spain on this map yet. So, all of these are planned and not necessarily completed. There's no percentage completion for the cities. But Barcelona, Bilbao, Cordoba, Madrid, Malaga, Murcia, Seville, Valencia, Valladolid. I'm going to learn that one before in the break, because that's not the right spelling. And Zaragoza. So those are the cities that are planned in Spain. That's pretty much everything I've ever heard of in Spain. There are smaller cities, I'm sure. There are cities that you may know that I don't know, but as a Brit living in New Zealand, apart from Murcia, I've heard of them all. Valladolid. I think it's Valladolid. Right, after that we have Finland. Now, Finland, there are currently only 2 cities in Finland. They are Turku and Helsinki. Helsinki is the capital. Turku was the city they needed to add by the coast so that they could have a port for getting people to Helsinki, but Turku is a city that you can deliver to. They are adding Hämeenlinna, Jyväskylä, Kotka, Lahti, Mikkeli and Tampere. I have only heard of Lahti. Of those new additions, I've only heard of Lahti, but I'm a Brit, so you know I'm an ignorant Brit. So that would be more than enough reason why I wouldn't have heard of those cities. If I lived in Scandinavia or Russia or Poland, I might have heard of more of these places, but I haven't. And that's my problem, not anyone else's. So, France, which they released a huge chunk of on Christmas Day. They have already released Angers, Brest, Caen, Cherbourg, Le Havre, Le Mans, Lorient, Nantes, Rennes and Rouen. To that they are adding Bordeaux, Bourges, Clermont-Ferrand, Grenoble, Limoges, Marseille, Montpellier, Nice, Orléans, Perpignan, Poitiers, Toulouse, Tours and Troyes. Did you like my French accent there? Oh, that was pretty cool. Oh, I thought I did alright there. So that's them heading south into France so that they can connect to Spain. Right, Ireland next. Ireland, they haven't added anything to Ireland yet. Ireland obviously is probably the final piece of the puzzle where they drive on the right-hand side of the road in Europe. They do also drive on the left-hand side of the road, on the right-hand side of the car. They also drive on the left-hand side of the road and right-hand side of the car in Cyprus. I think Greek Cyprus. I don't know about Turkish Cyprus. I don't know whether in Turkish Cyprus they shifted. There was an invasion in the 70s and Turkey took over a huge chunk of Cyprus, and they may well have forced the people in Turkish Cyprus to drive on the right hand side of the road, left hand of the side of the car, just as they do in Turkey itself. But I doubt Cyprus is going to be added to the game. I'm pretty sure that the ProMods will probably not bother with it. I'm almost certain that the SES won't bother with it. So I think it's unlikely that Cyprus will ever make it into the game. But so that just that just leaves the following cities in Ireland as the left-hand side of the road. Part of the map, just like the UK. So if you wanted to start in the UK and then you wanted to venture out of the UK and stay on that left hand side of the road, they're adding the following 5 cities: Cork, Dublin, Galway, Limerick and Wexford. So that's Cork, Dublin, Galway, Limerick and Wexford. They're not adding Belfast for some reason, which does surprise me. That really does surprise me. Belfast is the capital of Northern Ireland, and maybe it does look like they're only bothering. Oh, hang on, no, I've just realised that's the Republic. They're dealing with Northern Ireland separately. So I guess by the time we get down to the ends, Northern Ireland will feature. Because I do remember Londonderry on the list, and it's not on this bit of the list. And I know Londonderry is part of Northern Ireland rather than part of the Republic. So next, Italy. As I said, the chap that was doing Spain has moved to Italy, moved to creating cities in Italy. Italy wasn't on initially on their plan, but he's decided to add Italy because he needs to wait for them to finish France. So my guess is that he's done as much as he can in terms of making maybe a couple of cities, but he needs the road networks to be connected. He can't do that until France has reached that bottom left-hand, the bottom left-hand corner of France has been completed, and he can connect his roads to Spain. So my guess is he's probably made a few cities, and then he's realised he can't do anything else. So the only city that he is listed on the plan at the moment is Genoa. Now obviously the second that they add Genoa to the list, we lose Parma and we lose Modena. Those are the two cities that I added with that little Italian add-in that I discovered. I need to get Modena. I need to visit. I thought I'd visited Modena, but apparently I haven't. So I need to visit Modena before. Oh, I did miss an exit, but I got a feeling that it doesn't matter, because it seems. Oh, hang on. Is it going to be one of these ones where the map wants me to take a left turn that I'm not able to do? Oh God. So yes, as soon as Genoa was added, it's bye-bye to Modena and Parma, which is a shame, but you know, that's just the way it is. Here we go. Let's slow down. There's no exit here, is there? The game wants me to do a U-turn that I can't do. Ugh. Okay, that's annoying. Let's look at the map. Where did I go wrong? Oh boy. Right, okay. So I'm adding slightly to my journey by I'm going to have to take an exit here and then head to Bremen. So I need to keep an eye out for the signs to Bremen. Okay, next country they're adding is Lithuania. They're adding 4 cities to Lithuania. They're adding Kaunas, Klaipėda, Panevėžys, and Vilnius. Now Vilnius is the only one I've heard of, and I think Vilnius is the capital. So that's and it should be pointed out, a lot of these are just planned. Some of them are works in progress. Geneva is a work in progress because he's only doing one city. It's relatively easy for him to plan it. Now they what I'm guessing is that once they've done with France, that they will do Italy in earnest, and that'll mean we get to add Rome. So after Lithuania, we've got Latvia. We've got oh God, I'm going to have to get some help on the pronunciations of some of these. Daugavpils, Liepāja, Rezekne, and Riga. Now, Riga I've heard of because, again, Riga is the capital of Latvia. So I'm aware of it. I'm also aware of Riga because it formed a huge part of a plot from a Henning Mankell book. He's the Swedish writer of the series of books about a detective called Wallander. If you're British, you may know that Wallander. If you're Swedish, you'll know Wallander because it's enormous in Sweden, and 2 different Swedish actors have portrayed him in TV movies and in a TV movie series and TV series. Right, here we go. We're turning off and we're heading to Bremen. Ausfahrt, which is exit. No. Oh, sugar. Oh well. Alright, the Netherlands, they're adding Utrecht. That's interesting. They're not ending anywhere. Oh crap. they're not adding anywhere. I mean, I've heard of Utrecht, but they're not. There are cities that I would add in the Netherlands that aren't Utrecht before I'd add Utrecht. Okay, that's... I don't... Okay. So, next, Norway. They've added Bergen, Geilo, Honfors, Oslo, Kristiansand and Stavanger. Then the one remaining... Oh, they're reconstructing Oslo, but they're adding an extra city, Trondheim. I've heard of Trondheim. Portugal, they're only adding, as I said, actually we talked about this yesterday when I wasn't looking at the list of cities, and the two cities that I suspected would be the ones they added are the two they're actually adding, which is Porto and Lisboa. Yeah, oh, shite. So that's that. So, Russia. They're adding the following cities to Russia: Kaliningrad, Sokov, St. Petersburg, and Vyborg. Now, I expected St. Petersburg. It's as far west as you can get, really. I guess it's got a huge river. It's a big place. St. Petersburg is, to be expected. I wonder if they'll ever make it to Moscow. Anyway, so those are all planned, but not completed. Damn it, this guy is so slow. He is so slow. Right, next up, Sweden. They've added a huge chunk of Sweden, but it seems like they're adding a huge chunk more. So they've added Gavel, they've added Göteborg, Jönköping, Karlstad, Linköping, Malmö, Skövde, Södertälje, Stockholm. They're going to add Kalmar. It's not in the game yet, but it's completed and it's ready to go. They're reconstructing Stockholm, and that will be added to the map at the same time as Kalmar. Then they are planning to add Galva, Karlskrona, Norrköping, Nymarshman, Örebro, Sundsvall, Trelleborg, Uppsala, Viaxo and Ystad. Ystad is interesting. I was hoping they'd add Ystad. Ystad is the town, is the base for the book series that I was just talking about with Kurt Wallander, written by Henning Mankell, turned into 3 different TV programs. One, the British one by the BBC, has Sir Kenneth Branagh as Kurt Wallander. That's very good. I enjoyed it. So UK. Yes. So this is what I was thinking. Obviously, the Northern Ireland is part of the UK, so they've included the Northern Ireland cities in the UK. That's good. So the cities they're adding: Aberystwyth and Bangor. They're both in Wales. Belfast in Northern Ireland, Bristol in the UK, which is a very important city, and I'm so glad they're adding it. It's a key city where the M4 and the M5 join, so it allows them to go up the M5 towards Birmingham and to the north to Liverpool and Manchester. Croydon they've already added. Exeter is in England. Fishguard. I've heard of Fishguard. This is embarrassing. I'm British and I don't know exactly where Fishguard is. Holyhead is in Wales. It's going to be there. I think actually Fishguard is possibly in Wales as well. I think they're the 2 cities that they're going to link to Ireland. Londonderry, that's Northern Ireland, and Norwich, that's England. That's in the little lump that sticks out above where London is. It's Norfolk. And finally, Portsmouth, they've already added. They did that with the Christmas release along with Croydon. So those are the cities. There can be some discussion. If I would really welcome discussion in the comments below about which cities you think should be added where. But I'm going to focus on where I think should be added in the UK, given that I'm from the UK. I think I'd like to speak about that. There are a couple of places that I think need to be added that aren't in fact on that list. There are a couple of places in Scotland that they could add. I think with regard to Wales, I think they've probably, apart from there's one city they could add to Wales. So let's start with Wales. They've got Swansea, and they've got Cardiff. There's one other big Welsh city that they could add, and it's, oh gosh, it's gone right out of my head. Begins with N. Oh no, that's embarrassing. Alright, tell you what, we'll come back to that when I remember. In Scotland, they could add Dundee. They could add Kinross, which is at the top of the country, and it's Kinross, or they could add Kinross or Kinloss. Kinloss is a big RAF base. Kinloss, I think, is either a naval base or it's a base for oil rigs. So there's lots of industry there. There's not many people live there that don't work on the rigs. So they could add those two cities. Then in England, I can't believe Leeds is not on that list. Leeds is a very big town in Yorkshire, a big city in Yorkshire. Leeds absolutely should be there, as should Darlington, as a link city to Scotland. Although it might be difficult to fit Darlington and Carlisle in there. I think that might be why they've not bothered. And plus Darlington is possibly smaller than they want. But Leeds is a big city and it should be in there. It absolutely should be in there. Oxford, big city, and it should be in the map, and it's just not. It's not listed, and I don't understand. So that doesn't make sense. Yes. Oh, I'm kicking myself because I'm distracted by not being able to remember the name of this Welsh city that begins with N. Okay, so I need to look up the pronunciation of some of the cities that are being added to the game, and I need to look for that that city that begins with N in Wales. It's a grey, miserable city, but it's big. It is, I think, the third biggest city in Wales. I mean, I can understand why they absolutely need to add coastal cities to Wales so that they can link Wales to Ireland. I sincerely hope that they're planning on modifying Liverpool, because there's a huge ferry industry that goes between Liverpool and Belfast, and Liverpool and Dublin, and it wouldn't make sense to not include that. That just wouldn't make sense to not include it. There are two cities that they could include in England that are near London, Slough or Reading. I'm not sure you could fit both of them. They're quite close together, on one would overlap the other, and I'm thinking probably Reading would be the best. It might be a bit confusing for people that aren't from the UK, because Reading is spelt the same way as reading. It's bizarre, it's daft, it's stupid, and it used to be spelled differently. Reading used to be spelled R-E-D-D-I-N-G, which makes much more sense to me than R-E-A-D-I-N-G, which is the same as reading. That was a nice... Oh gosh, we got really lucky there. Pulled out in front of another truck. So that is our list of cities. And I have to start looking for somewhere to park the lorry. Yeah, because I need to pause the camera and I need to get some sleep in about 15 minutes. So actually I need to get some sleep before I need to pause the camera. So what we'll do is, we'll get some sleep. We're not desperate for fuel, we've got more than half a tank, but we might as well top off and then we don't have to think about it. Wow, that shadow looks good of the tree. That looked good. So money's coming in. We've got £36,000 before we've even got to our destination. I think our income is going to be 50,000 minus whatever crash damage and whatever fine we have to pay for crash damage, which I would imagine will be something like £500 to £1,000. So that's all good. So we are well on our way to sticking our 4th lorry in Edinburgh. So once we've done Edinburgh, we'll go to Amsterdam, and then Brussels, and I think that will be all the cities fully upgraded. In the meantime, obviously, we need to be looking at our next capital city to put a garage in. I'm going to include Edinburgh and Cardiff as capital cities because they are. So they're going to get a garage. I really do wish that they would put more drivers in the game so that you could have full garages at all the cities, including all of them. I wonder if that's something that ProMods could have a look at. It might be a bit difficult though, because they've got to get royalty-free pictures of people, and I don't know quite how that works. There are a couple of mods that allow you to add extra people, but the trouble is they use the photos of famous people. I don't want famous people driving my trucks. It just seems really stupid. There's also a mod that changes the pictures into colour pictures, and I'm not that bothered about that, to be quite honest. I just want anonymous, royalty-free pictures of new people, so I can fill my garage with more people. And that's all I kind of really want, as I want to be able to have more people in my employ, so that empire starts to really grow. And you're kind of limited. I think they've put enough faces in for the vanilla game. I don't think there are even enough to cover the 13 cities in going east. So that's why I'm kind of focusing first on capital cities, then on the 5 cities where vehicle manufacturers are, which are in the vanilla and going east game. So that would, well, the vanilla game actually, it's Stuttgart, Munich, Torino, Paris. Then I'm going I'm going to think about what I want to do, but that's the plan. That's the plan first. Initially, capital cities in the vanilla and going east game. Then cities where there is a truck manufacturer in the vanilla game. Alright, so we're starting to need a sleep. So, oops. We need to think about finding a rest stop. £112. Will has earned us £112. I'm so excited. That's his first journey, yeah. Although I'm a bit surprised it's taken him as long as this to get his first journey. At least he appears to have found another job, because otherwise we would have had a message like this: Joshua, you swine! Joshua, you swine! Why have you not got us some income? At least it only cost us just over £400. Income from Andrew, that's good to see. Yes. And he's levelled up, which is also good. We need to slow down because we're approaching some really laboured traffic. So the map is slowly getting bigger and better and larger, and I think they are, every time they make a big city like Stockholm or Amsterdam or Rotterdam, they make it so you can drive in it, and then when they've driven in it and they've got some feedback from it, yeah, no, I'm driving the wrong way, they have a look at it, and if they can fix it, they fix it. Alright. Oh! Damn it. I had a feeling that might happen. I was driving too fast. I am getting a little bit reckless, which is a bad thing. But I am trying to get this load delivered. And also, I'm a bit concerned now. Actually, let's check the map and see. Oh no, we're all right. We're all right. We've got a rest stop coming up, so that's good. I was getting a bit concerned about how much time we have until we've got to stop. Now, by the time we get to our rest stop, we'll have less than 10 hours left of driving to do, which is good because that means that we won't have to rest again. We just have to do this. We have to make this rest stop, and then we're good to go. And I'm going to pause the video at that point to upload the footage. So yes, I mean, obviously, as they complete a country and they decide that there's no more they can fit in, they'll move on to another country. So the hope is that resources, more and more resources, will be needed on fewer and fewer countries, because they will have dealt with them. And then it's my hope that they decide, after all, that they're going to move across to Turkey and Greece, because I kind of would like them to go there. Right, so let's get some rest. And of course it's raining. Alright, I'm going to pause here and upload the footage. Okay, we're rested. Let's go get some fuel. That will be cool. Okay, engine off. Right, I'm not going to go through the pronunciation of those cities because I can't do it. I need to sit and write them down, and while I'm in the middle of doing all of this, it's not probably a good idea. But I have discovered the city in Wales that I was trying to remember. Okay, so we just paid £881 for 775.35 litres of fuel. So that's good. So the city I was trying to remember was Newport. Newport is quite an important city in Wales. Where's that? There we go, we're in. It's quite an important city. I think it's the third city after Swansea and particularly after Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. So Newport has to go in at some point. But I did a little bit I put a little bit of a message on the ProMods website at the end of last year, and I was unaware of what their plans were. And I listed a few cities that I think they could fit in the UK, and they are Brighton, Bristol, which they've actually decided to add, Chelmsford, Coventry, Derby, Exeter, which they are adding, Gloucester, Leeds, Leicester, Norwich, which they're adding, Nottingham, Oxford, Peterborough, Portsmouth, which they've already added, Preston, Sunderland, which they might have difficulty adding given that Newcastle's already there, Stoke, Wakefield, Wolverhampton, which they might have difficulty given that Birmingham's already there, and York. Now it might be difficult to add York as well as having Carlisle and Leeds, which I want them to add, and I think if they've got to add anything, Leeds is the bigger, more financially, more broader city, as it were, with a bigger footprint. Now Scotland, I mentioned that I want them to add Dundee. I think they need to add Dundee. Dundee's a nice big city that they should probably add. And I've mentioned Wales is Newport's what they should add. So that's where I think they should go in the UK now. Not being from France or Germany or Spain or Portugal, I can't speak to the cities that I think they should add to those countries. But I know that on the ProMods website there are people doing that. And that's excellent. So we are up to £103,000. Do you know what I'm going to do while we're up to £103,000? I'm going to add the last Volvo to Warsaw. Buy online. Volvo. Customize. Engine. So this is the. I'm not going to apologise for interrupting the drive to do this. This is the way that you will do it when you're playing. Oh no! Damn it! Escape! Escape! It's not that, idiot. It's garage. It's an upgrade to the garage. Oh, Brussels. Oh, it's Edinburgh. It is Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh, sorry, not Edinburgh. We need to be adding lorries to Edinburgh. Volvo, sorry about this. Actually, I wonder. Buy online. Do you want to customize? Remove the engine. 8520. Yeah, it's just the number of garages you've got that determine how cheap. The more garages you've got, the more dealers you've got, I guess, the cheaper it gets. So Let's confirm that. Let's purchase that. Let's stick it in Edinburgh. Oof. Okay, let's recruit a driver. You know the drill for this. It might. I'm going to get the first one. That's good. Nice. Looks like Thomas so far. Yeah, it looks like Thomas so far. Let's go with Thomas. Let's put Thomas in Edinburgh, behind the wheel of that. Alright, that's good. So we're expanding our empire with every moment. We've got two, we've expanded Edinburgh. And we've added 2 drivers. So that's good. We're well on our way. We've 8.5 hours of driving, so we're a good chunk into the driving. So that's also good. And we're on our way. Hopefully that black dot at the bottom right hand of the screen will go away at some point. There's going to come a point where I'm going to be playing this game in the UK, and I'm kind of hoping that that black dot will have gone, but I know what will happen. When we travelled for a week's holiday with my wife's parents to Northland, which is the top of the North Island, obviously. And in transporting, that black dot appeared. I think we've discussed this already. Oh, there's a train. There's a train. I was seeing a train go across our screen. That's fantastic. I bemoaned actually the last time that we were stopped at a railway junction, a railway crossing. We'd missed the train. The train came and went, and we didn't actually see it. But we're seeing it now. Oh, this is excellent. I'm glad I saw it. I've forgotten what I was talking about now. That's bonkers. Wow, that bus has got some acceleration. Mind you, it's not dragging 2 lorry tractors. So yeah, this is the. I mean, these. I've described my hopes for ProMods. I've also described what they're planning to do. And it's all very exciting. There's a buttload of extra cities being added to this game over the course. I would imagine it'll take them a year to get this done. They added a significant chunk of Scandinavia, and it took them a year to do. They're adding bits of France, which is very exciting. And I think that take them about 6 months. It might take them about 2 years to do the plans that they've got. I guess it depends on what they do. Also, obviously, the more experienced they can become at making these maps, the quicker they can do it. And also, in the time that they've been doing this, they've added 2 people to the team. So that makes it easier to do, because they're making much swifter progress. At some point, SCS are releasing their Blender tools. I don't know when that is, but that will make it easier, because that Blender is the tool that they use to create the map. Oh, I would love it if they were able to improve on the speed with which they're able to download these, to create these maps, but I don't know. I mean, it takes them a fortnight to create a city, And then they've got to test it to make sure that there are no things like invisible walls or holes in the road or obstacles that they're not aware of, or stuff that's floating which shouldn't be floating, to make sure that the instructions that they need to include for all of the bits of the map are there, so speed limits, the one-way rules, and the no overtaking sections of the roads, that sort of thing. Shit. Oh, that was lucky. He didn't stop as I feared he might. That car didn't stop as I feared he might. Which is good news. So we're alright for fuel. We're fully fueled up. No more rest until the end of the game. And since we rested, we've journeyed for 3 hours. So our only problem is slow moving traffic. That's all we've got. Whoa. That's all we've got to concern ourselves with. So at the moment I'm doing these kamikaze overtaking manoeuvres in the rain. Oh crap. How on earth did that not do more damage to me? So we've got 22 hours to make this delivery, and we're going to get £54,000 for it. So that'll be another truck. And I would imagine by the time we've slept we'll have earned enough. At the beginning of the next video we'll have earned enough to upgrade Amsterdam. So as I was saying, sorry I got lost in thought there with the crash. Oh no, don't touch the back of that car. We will have earned enough to upgrade Brussels, because I think once we've finished this journey we'll have enough. We'll have enough for the last truck in Edinburgh, and that's when the money starts really rolling in. You start to get the number of garages up and the money starts to roll in, and it becomes easier and easier to vastly increase your empire. The other thing you can do, actually, which I haven't been doing, is if, for instance, when we were in Groningen and I was looking at where we were and deciding that there weren't really enough jobs in Groningen and it was a bit pants, what I could have done is fast travelled. I could have fast travelled to another city, which I haven't done yet. I haven't taken advantage. But the trouble is, fast travelling means you just go from one city you've already been to another city you've already been to. But then, I suppose that's fine. And we're rapidly approaching our destination. That's good. Whoa, crap. I am getting a bit reckless. I've done some damage to the truck. Whoa, no, we don't. One of the things I'm not so keen on about the basic game is the damage model. The damage models statistically and mathematically is very good. Oh crap. But unfortunately, physically, it's not very good at all. Physically, there is absolutely no damage whatsoever evident on vehicle that you're driving or the vehicles you crash into. It's just non-existent. Which is a shame. It should be very obvious what damage you've done to the vehicle you're driving and what damage has been done to the vehicles that you've hit. But that's not my major concern, to be honest. My major concern is that the physics work properly, that the AI work properly, that the economy works properly, that the empire building works properly, and that the whole thing is fun. And so from that point of view, if they never ever do anything with the damage model in this game, I actually won't be that bothered. Because I do have a tremendous amount of fun, and it doesn't really spoil it for me. To be honest, hitting another vehicle actually does have an emotional impact on me. And so, as such, they never need to add the damage model. It's one of those things. It would be nice if it was there. I don't really need it. I don't miss it. There are damage models on other games that I play, and to be honest, they look bad, and so they don't actually add anything to the game. The damage, there's a tiny damage model on Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 5. I haven't damaged a car in Gran Turismo 6 yet, properly, so I don't know whether there is a damage, because this is the problem. The problem is that certain vehicles they won't put a damage model on, and certain vehicles they will, and I don't quite understand what the rationale is behind the choices, why some cars get damaged and others don't. Now, I understand that they have a relationship with vehicle manufacturers, and they've taken it upon themselves not to include damage because they don't want to upset the relationship, but I think that's an absolute nonsense. At this point, Polyphony need to start adding a proper damage model, unless they believe that they're not capable of doing it. But it is possible to include a damage model with real-world vehicle manufacturers. Forza do it. But I think Gran Turismo's biggest problem, to be honest, is the AI and the noises, the sounds. The sounds in Gran Turismo 5 are just all over the place. Sometimes they're spot on, and sometimes they sound like they've been done on a Bontempi keyboard. And it's the last version of the game that they've included on this console. They have traditionally done two full versions of each game on each console. So Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2 were PlayStation 1. Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4 were PlayStation 2. 5 and 6 have been PlayStation 3. So 7 will be the first proper 21st century. PlayStation 8 was 2008. That's 21st century. It'll be the first proper 7th or 8th gen, current gen, which is Xbox One and PS4. It'll be the first current gen. So unfortunately it's competing with Forza 5, which is on the Xbox One, which is a bit of an unfair comparison. Although that said, I don't think there's much in it. I think GT6 looks pretty good considering it's not on the same generation of console as Forza 5. And I can't wait to see what Polyphony can do with the PS4, given that the PS4 should be easier for them to develop for. I mean, it might be more difficult given that they've been working with the PS3 architecture for 2 full games. But yeah, with this game, I love the... Oh, no! Oh, crap. Yeah, it's going too fast. I could see that one happening as it was happening, and there was nothing I can do about it. I couldn't stomp on the brakes. The brakes on this is a switch. It's not a progressive thing. They're on. Oh well. I've got some colossal repairs to make to this vehicle when we get to, I think it's Caen. It's not going to be excellent, that's for sure. It's not going to be excellent at all. Oh dear. There's a beautiful lake there. I bet you there's an invisible wall between the truck and the lake though. I'm not going to go looking for that. I've done enough damage to my truck, and that's not what this particular playthrough is about. This particular playthrough is about a career rather than messing around. I might create a profile specifically for messing around. In fact, once I get to level 30, I'm going to, and we've got a buttload of money, I might do a individual review of each available truck. Because although I went through a short journey with each truck at the beginning of this playthrough, didn't really properly review them. I sort of had a look at the inside, didn't really have a good look at the outside. I didn't have any money and none of the upgrades, so I couldn't look at the upgrade path for each vehicle and what they looked like when they're upgraded, what the paint jobs look like, none of that sort of thing. So it might be interesting actually once I've done that. Once I've got to, I think it's level 30, where all of the upgrades, where all the upgrade paths are complete. I know this because my offline profile is at level 38, and I haven't had a vehicle upgrade option since level 30. Wow, that was... I expected that to be a disaster, but it worked out really well. I got past an absolute ton of traffic. That was fantastic. So I've got a left turn coming up here, so I don't want to be going too fast. Let's ease off the accelerator and give the brakes a couple of stabs. In fact, let's spin past all of this traffic. That worked out well too. Exciting stuff. So we're on the doorstep of Caen. And a bit of motorway driving, and then we shall be on point for our usual disastrous parking efforts. Although I didn't do too badly a couple of drives ago. Sorry, the image will have shaken quite significantly because I've just coughed. And I coughed. As I coughed, I shook the whole table. Apologies. So yes, that's the one thing I love about ProMods, is aside from the fact that they populate it with more buildings, and you won't notice the difference between an SCS part of the map and a ProMods part of the map, apart from things like they're in countries that SCS don't go to, like Sweden, Norway and Finland. They're going to go to Spain and Portugal, they're going to Ireland. They're also, so I mean, aside from that sort of thing, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The quality of map making is absolutely spectacular. They are using assets that are in game, so I mean there is that. They're creating. You can see the buildings they've added that aren't in game, because they do tend to. They have in the past, particularly in Scandinavia, they have tended to not have quite the resolution that the in-game assets have had. But I think that's changing as they're getting more comfortable with map making, and they're able to create more detailed in-game assets. They are also improving the in-game furniture, so road signs are becoming more realistic and more country appropriate. Oh, speeding offence, there's a surprise. Ooh, I didn't want him to clout me. I had a feeling he was going to clout me the way he was going on. Right. Let's go over here. Okay, we've got a right turn coming up, so we might as well stay in the right hand side of the lane. Normally I'd try and get over as left as soon as possible, as far to the left as soon as possible, so that I could get past the slow moving traffic, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. I'm approaching a junction pretty quickly anyway, so. We're up to 51,000, so we've had some income from a couple of our drivers, which is always good. And we're joining a different road. So we're on our way to Caen. Under 2 hours of in-game time left. We will do a thorough exploration of Caen before we stop. It is Caen. I'm getting this right, aren't I? Yep, it's Caen. Oh God, I moved this computer. Have I moved the? I don't know. I've moved the computer, which means that I've moved the position of the. Get it to refocus. That's cool. Yeah, so there's some of the overhead power lines that you can see in the UK. They need altering because they're not correct. See, this is the thing. Did you see that pylon just pop into the screen? You're about. There's another one just popped in. This is a direct result of my not having a powerful enough graphics GPU. Or not really, having essentially the graphics are handled by an onboard chip that's welded to the motherboard. Now on a laptop, a GPU would be welded to the motherboard. It can't sit in a slot like they can in a desktop or tower PC. That's not how that works. But it's a shame. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not complaining per se. It just makes me a little bit sad that stuff pops up. It's quite funny actually. When I'm watching a streamer on Twitch, I do look at the images that they are transmitting and think, oh, that's so beautiful. I wish my game looked like that. Like the grass verges are flat. There's almost nothing to them apart from green and the colour and the shading. And the trees are very two-dimensional. They look like cardboard cutouts, and that's not the fault of the game. That is just because my graphics, my computer cannot improve on that. It just doesn't have the power to do anything about that. But I'd rather be playing the game with this level of graphics than not playing the game at all, because it required me to have uber graphics. Another thing you'll notice is that there's a lot of edges. The computer can't round the edges because it's not adding those pixels. So a lot of the corners are sort of a series of straight lines joined together. That will be different on a higher performing PC with a dedicated graphics GPU graphics processing unit. Oh, we've got some more money. A couple of grand. We've got a couple of grand added to our pot, Joshua. And this time it doesn't look like he's failed to find a job. Yeah, he's got a job, otherwise he would have told me. £21 to £21, sorry, to go through, 21 quid to go through that barrier. That's cool. So we are virtually at Caen now. We will see if there are any explorables, any discoverables. We will travel the road network to improve our knowledge of the roadwork and to aim at that elusive 100%. And that is our role for today. That's just so beautiful. We're in the ProMods part of the map now. This is not SCS. This is ProMods, and it's very beautiful. I'm deeply impressed every time I drive this, even at the level of graphics that my computer's capable of. The game looks amazing. I love it. Alright. Oh no, we've already been to Caen. I thought we hadn't been to Caen. It looks like we've already been to Caen. That is annoying. Yeah, you can see all the yellow parts of the road that I've already visited. That's annoying. Okay. So I'm going to do a loop, and that's how I'm going to get the roads. So straight on and then left at the end of the road, and then it's unticked Caen because they've made changes to it, I guess. Well, I've got to discover all these roads, so. And I've discovered a truck dealership. Now, I didn't discover the truck dealership. I wonder if I just visited Caen because I needed to stop there for something, and that's why. Oh, okay, right. That's because I slowly drifted. That's because I didn't put the parking brake on. Well, if I've got to get a fine, I'm going to go. So you can see I've discovered the recruitment agency already. Oh, sod it. I think I got away with that one because I was on the wrong side of the road. Right, so we've pretty much done the roads. There's the recruitment agency. And we're coming up on the depot that we've got to deliver to. Is this it? I think this might be it. Yep, there it is. There's our... Right, and let's reverse. I took a wide sweep in there because I wanted to try and get as straight as possible. I'm not sure it's entirely worked, but we'll give it a go. No, that's not worked at all. Right, let's no, wrong way. Oh, you idiot. No, I've done it again. I've done exactly the same thing. And now let's swing it all the way up the other directions that we swing in to the loading bay. Right, let's start going the other way. And have we got it? Don't think we have. Let's pull forward. No. I think, yeah, we can do this but just careful. Oh no, we're brushing against the truck on our left. Alright, this is the same usual disaster that I indulge in every time. Alright, let's straighten up. So, can we? Are we going to get it from this? Nope. Too far to the right. We need to move over to the left. It's not oversteering. This is, again, I keep saying this is the area where I could do with the steering wheel, because I need to be able to make very swift, very... No, wrong way. Very severe corrections. Are you kidding me? No, I've gone too far the other way. Alright, this is annoying. No. Alright, can we get this in? Is this going to be our time? There we go, we're in. So, parking brake off, and engine off. Let's see how bad this is. Good work. Okay, well that's better than I could have expected. 1,399 kilometres driven, 28 hours and 18 minutes on the road, 517.3 litres of fuel consumed. We've got a base reward of £31,578 and 1,399 XP. Level 25 proficiency bonus for £11,842. Long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 4 of £4,664 and 349 XP. A fragile cargo bonus of skill rank 4. And we got £6,219 and 307 XP. The bonus for parking the trailer was 45 XP, and that was really useful because we did 3% damage, which cost us £305, and it cost us 31 XP. So we got a total of £53,998, and we got 2,069 XP, giving us a profile lifetime XP of 71,628. We're still aiming at that 74,100 XP to get us to level 26. We took trucks. Volvo trucks from Aarhus to Caen. We're now back in France. And that's this journey. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. If you've watched this video, if you watched all of this video, if you watched any of this video, if you watched any of my videos, thank you very much. Until I see you in the next video, I'll see you on the road.